So, who was Renee Nicole Good? Renee Nicole Good was apparently a white woman, man. Some snow that got clapped up, man. She got her service disconnected by the notorious gang named ICE. Now, if you don't know, ICE is basically a gang that is appointed by the government to be able to take people who, in their opinion, don't belong in this country and take them back to their country. Now, if you don't know, Minnesota has the largest population of Somalians in the nation, bro. But at the end of the day, it's either Somalians or Sudanese, one of the two. People from Africa, man. So they've been going from LA, coast to coast, LA to Chicago, New York, Miami, and they've been trying to get people that they describe as legal immigrants up out of here now. Apparently they were having some kind of raid, and she was intervening, and she ended up losing her life. She got deleted. So let's take a look at this clip right here.
Context here. Why don't we just let you watch this? But we're going to do this in a very sort of
warning, it's very graphic.
Let people know that this is video we're showing for the first time. You're not.
Hold on, let me turn this music off real quick, just like they turned her music off. And I'm not trying to be comical. I'm just going with the flow.
See it a lot on our air because we want to make sure that when we're showing it, we're doing it with a purpose. So there's no audio here as well, and you're going to see this sort of play out. So just a warning to those who may not.
Turn your head again. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, bro. She look, bro. If you take her head and flip it upside down, it looked like you could fry like 3 eggs in her skull, just off GP on her forehead, bro. And it's shiny. Why you had to make it so shiny? You supposed to have professional makeup artists. Look at that. The shining face had that. Let's go.
Want to see this.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the vehicle there. That's law enforcement pulling up in the pickup.
And it is the Honda Pilot that we should be focused on here. It's about a purplish reddish color here. So let's take
That's purplish reddish. See, now they already messed up. You tried to snatch a white woman, the snow out the car, in the snow. For what?
Agent walking up.
Mm-hmm.
An agent? What kind of agent? That's an ICE agent? My bad, hold up.
Then there's another agent.
Oh, it's on my volume, my bad. I'm trying to... So let's look at that again.
In the pickup.
And it is the Honda Pilot that we should be focused on here. It's about a purplish reddish color here. So let's take a look.
Agent walking up.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right there.
And look at this man. What was you doing, bro? Trying to fix your pants. Talking about, no, stay in the car. Why do I have to stay in the car?
3 agents.
Nigga slipped on 3 icicles, eating a popsicle.
And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right there.
Yeah, three agents involved. One was kind of closer to the front of the vehicle. The other kind of pulled on that driver's side door handle.
Yeah. So again, there's no audio here. We don't know what's being said.
There's audio. You're just not gonna play it because it's incriminating. Now let's look at this again, because I read the comments. What did she say? Reddish, purple? You don't know your colors? Plum, baby girl, plum. Damn.
Reddish color here. So let's take a look.
Agent walking up.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another.
She didn't try to hit that, man. And a lot of people were saying, hold on, I had to cough real quick. Excuse me. I'm in California. It's cold out here. A lot of people were saying, well, how come he didn't just jump out the way? Yeah. You've obviously never been in snow. Now the ground is wet, and a lot of times they do put salt. And for all the people in the West Coast who don't know, when it snows, there's ice on the roads, right? And when you put salt, it makes it a little bit more slip resistant. Now, me working the many different jobs I worked, from restaurants to warehouses to doing apartment maintenance to anything that you could basically name, I've learned over the years that whatever shoe that I wear, even in life, just walking on the street, you want to get you some slip resistant shoes. I don't want to be skating all over the place. I don't want to look like Tom and Jerry when I'm just walking down the street and it's a little bit of condensation on the ground. I don't want that. So anywhere I go, a lot of times I wear steel toes and they look fly. I'm not walking around looking like a janitor all day. But I tend to go towards shoes that are slip resistant. Now, if I was a police officer, which God has blessed me to not be, especially being in the state of Minnesota, and I know it's snow on the ground, I'm wearing slip resistant shoes, no matter what. But people were saying, how come he didn't jump out the way? Because if he would have jumped out the way, or tried to jump out the way, he probably would have fell. Now, the first time I saw this footage, I thought that they were a little bit more towards this area and there was actual snow on the ground. But even if he did try to jump out the way, there would have been snow on the ground. I mean, he would have slipped and probably fell because he doesn't look that nimble.
So let's take a look.
Agent walking up. And then there's another agent.
He wasn't even close to getting hit by that vehicle. Let's slow it down.
Here. So let's take a look.
Let's chop it and screw it.
Walking up. And then
right there. Why are you busting at her right there?
Agent walking up. And then
You might just be going to prison, my boy. He's not gonna do that long, maybe 5 years max. But no, your life was not in danger.
agent walking up.
She turned that wheel. Look at the wheel and look at his legs. Look at this leg. The fact that he let off a shot or two or a couple, or no, two is a couple, a few. His legs are shoulder width apart. If this leg is right here, this leg is right here. And her wheel is not pointed towards his body at all. Look at his feet. Brother, you're not my brother, but bro, if you have the ability to move your body to this angle, look at your feet. How was your life in danger, my nigga? How? In what world? You wouldn't have been able to use that handgun effectively in this instance if your life, cause she didn't stop. No, that wasn't right.
Then there's another agent, I don't know.
And you kept on, nah, bro. And you kept on doing this, bro. Nah, let me take it back, put it back to regular speed. Nah, that was not caused. There was no cause for that, bro. You had no reason to do all of that. Let me play it in regular time again.
Pickup.
And it is the
Just to
Honda Pilot that we should be focused on
further.
here. It's about a purplish, reddish color here. So let's take a look.
Agent walking up. And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right there.
Yeah, three agents involved. One was kind of closer to the front of the vehicle. The other kind of pulled on that driver's side door handle.
Kept on busting
So again, there's no
at her,
audio
bro.
here. We don't know what's being said. We don't know really anything else about this woman, other than we know that she was not the target of the initial investigation. That was confirmed by the police.
See, and then that's what my mother taught me at a very, very young age. She was not the target of the investigation. You know what my mother taught me? I'm not going to go into details into what happened or what we saw, allegedly. But I asked her, Mom, and I'm 4 years old. Mom, should we call the police? And she said, no, Aaron, no. The easiest way to stay out of trouble is to do what, class? Mind your business. But the thing about it is, a lot of specific colored type of women think that they're entitled to put their stuff in everybody's business because that protection. See, the thing about it is, white privilege is very dangerous because it gives you a sense of immunity. And of course, I'm not a Caucasian, but just growing up, I've seen a lot of people do a lot of things that got themselves into trouble. And if they would have just minded their business, they wouldn't have got caught up. Let's go.
Chief, but there
That's
are
the
some other,
easiest way to keep your life.
other angles of this as well that are being looked at. So that's kind of one pass of the video. And again, right. Okay, thanks for letting us know. Sorry. So there is some audio to this, and if you go online, you can see. So now you can see the vehicle.
We already knew it was audio. You just didn't want to play it because it's Fox.
Is crashed.
Yep.
And according to law enforcement here in the Twin Cities, that woman was shot, and then the vehicle drove into the snow there, as you can see. So this is kind of the aftermath right now. This video is turned the other way. We want to just show you what's happening. We didn't have a lot on the front end of this, and every time we show video, we kind of like to show prior the incident and then as much after. But this
Damn. Come on now.
Video, we kind of like to show.
What is that? That's
prior
Kool-Aid?
the incident and then as much after. But this is what we have, so we wanted to show it to you in full.
And this is also the first time that we are seeing this as well. So we're kind of
They
just watching
sound
this
shook.
together along with you. But as you can see there, you see all these houses and these homes along Portland Avenue. We know that this is a residential area. So again, we don't know much about this woman, just that she's 37 years old. We don't know if she was an observer, because that's the thing too. So a lot of these ICE agents.
Well, wait, a lot of these ICE agents do what?
Were out there, and they say observers were out there as well. These are people that are just documenting what is going on.
See, look at this. What did I tell? Excuse me. What did I tell you? You saw this woman just got her eggs scrambled, and you're still pursuing as an observer, walking with your hands up. This is obviously not her relative or anything, a friend of the family, because they wouldn't have been logical enough to put their hands up. He wouldn't have been he would have been like, oh my God, that's my friend, that's my mom, that's my sister, that's my. He was walking like, hold on, guys. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Why do you want to see what's going on? You see what happens to people that's just trying to see what's going on. Take your ass in the house. It's cold outside, white man.
They say observers were out there as
Look
well.
at Bobby.
These are people that are just documenting.
I just want to see what's going on. Nigga, you don't have a phone. You don't have the little glasses with the camera in it. You just want to see what's going on for yourself. Go in the house. Officer Nosy, this nigga, bro, are you a off-duty ICE? What, come on, bro.
What's going on? And so we know from the police chief.
Look at this, man. Turn clean around. I don't know if this is an officer. I don't know if this is a civilian, but you're doing the right. He must, yeah, exactly. Can't even see him. He's black. Can't see him in the snow. Super black.
He just says that
I'm going the
he knows
other
that
way,
she was a
my
woman that was in her car, and she was blocking the road. And that's about all the information.
Pull out your phone. Nigga, pull out your home. Go in the house.
That we know.
Okay, right. You let me know when this is played out completely, or how close we are. Oh, there's a couple minutes left.
Whole license plate on the thing.
Yeah, and I just wanted to also read, because we haven't had a chance to do this, the statement from.
See, the black man said, "Go home, Roger." Nigga, if you think that your life is in danger so much that you feel the need to put your hands in the air before pulling out your phone and recording, you should have just not been there in the first place. I don't want to be anywhere where I have to put my hands in the air, my nigga. That's just not the business. That's not what I do with my life. You just saw this.
Christy Nome, Department of Homeland Security, if I could as well. Do you want me to do that right now, Ryan, or do you want me to wait just a minute? Okay. Okay, so
they got ICE driving Subaru. What the fuck? Y'all need to have something else to do.
Let's just kind of let's just watch this for a moment. Again, this is the aftermath.
The shady aftermath. I don't want to see this. Look, we got an article. I'm gonna pull it up. Now, this is by this article is called "Who Was," and I can put the music again because I don't want to just read. This article is by Big Beautiful Country. Who was Renee Nicole Good, the woman who got her bacon Cooked by ICE by Tiffany. I'm not gonna try to say her last name, and it's okay. The woman who was deleted by a federal immigration hold on, this music a little too loud, it's distracting. There we go, that's decent. The woman who was deleted by a federal immigration agent in Minneapolis has been identified as Renee Nicole Good, a 37-year-old mother of 3 who had just moved to the city. Excuse me. Which means to me that she was from, of course, a smaller town in Minnesota, probably like Manchester. She was a prize-winning poet and a hobby guitarist, who was there as a legal observer of the immigration and customs enforcement activities, city leaders have said. Now, I'm not exactly sure what a legal observer is. I don't know if that's an official job title, but we'll look into that here soon. Now, her being a poet and a hobby guitarist, right? She's already somebody who is an artistic spirit and somebody who doesn't have, because she was a prize-winning poet, it doesn't have her as it doesn't say that she was, a registered nurse or anything like that. A hobby, she was a poet and a guitarist, right? Those are not jobs, but we'll get into that later. But the Trump administration has called her a domestic, you see that word, right? That's pretty extreme. Now, looking into the word okay. A legal observer is a trained, neutral third party who monitors and documents law enforcement interactions at protests and demonstrations to ensure civil rights are protected, acting as their eyes and ears for legal teams to deter misconduct and gather evidence for potential legal action without interfering with the protest itself. So that was a part of her job. She was supposed to be neutral, and she was a poet and a hobby guitarist. That's very important that they put that in there, okay? Peep game. Good's deletion has sparked protests across the country, with many people holding signs that read, "Justice for Renee." Her mother, Donna Ganger, told the Minnesota Star Tribune that her daughter was probably terrified during the confrontation with officers that saw her fatally clapped, and that she was one of the kindest people that I've ever known. Well, I'm sure you would say that because you are her mother. She was extremely compassionate, Ganger told the daily newspaper. She's taken care of people all her life. She was loving, forgiving, and affectionate. She was an amazing human being. Her father, Tim Ganger, told the Washington Post that she had a good life, but a hard life. Tim, why would you say that, sir, respectfully? A fundraiser, which was set up with a target of 50 bands, raised more than 370,000 of them bands in 10 hours because she was white. And what appears to be Good's Instagram account, which is now have been made private, Good describes herself as a poet, and you know it, a poet and a writer and a wife and a mom. That's a lot of ands, no commas. Who was experiencing Minneapolis. Yeah, definitely from a small city. Yeah, she was from Rochester. A U.S. citizen. Good was originally from, shout out to Colorado Springs, and just moved to Minneapolis just last year from Kansas City. Oh, West Coast activity, see? Yeah, that's the thing, bro. I stay in California. West Coast activities are not gonna ride in the Midwest. Definitely not. You had 3 kids. I don't wanna speculate on why they might have moved out here. Not out here. From out here to the Midwest, but that's just not something that I would be willing to do immediately. from Colorado Springs, from Colorado, man, from the West Coast, from the land of weed, to Minneapolis, from Kansas City. Kansas City is already, shout out to Kansas City, so I'm not gonna speak down on y'all city, but I had a pretty interesting time to life. Anyway, I digress. Excuse me. The newspaper reports that she used to host a podcast with her second husband, who passed away in 2023. They had a son together who is now 6. Macklin's father told the newspaper. Okay, so this is a little messy already. I don't know why you put in her personal. She had 2 other children with her first husband, who spoke to U.S. media on condition that his name was not used. Well, we already know your last name, so it's already up. He said that Good was not an activist and that she was a devoted Christian who went to Northern Ireland on youth missions when she was younger. That's a little strange. I think she just went to Northern Ireland to go to Northern Ireland. You know, they wanted to go back to the motherland. She had previously worked as a dental assistant. There you go. And at a credit union? So she was breaded up. But mainly had been a stay-at-home mom in recent years, according to the Associated Press. Now, when she was not writing, reading, or talking about writing, she had movie marathons and makes messy art with her daughter and 2 sons. Yeah, that's pretty typical. Her biography from the prize reads as quoted in U.S. media. It seems to not have been removed. Good graduated the same year from the university's College of Arts and Letters with a degree in English. So all of these things are pointing towards, she grew up in an affluent household. She was upper middle class to rich as hell, because people don't usually go to school for art and you know, carry on in life. I'm not saying that she was a bum or anything. We already read that she was a dental assistant and she worked at a credit union and things like those are decent jobs. But she also coupled that with being very with indulging in the world of art very much so. So I'm just taking this to put together a picture of her character, which is nothing. I'm an artist, nigga. What I'm doing right now is art. But at the same time, you have to understand the balance of being so artistic and being in your own world as far as art, because that's what art does a lot of times. It puts you in your own world, and there's no rules, there's no laws, there's no order. There's only chaos in art. A lot of times, not only, but depending on the type of art that you do. Now, being a part of the world, the working world, being a dental assistant, working with people's money, being a part of the credit union, then you go to being a single mom. I mean, not a single mom. Then you go into be a stay-at-home mom, to being a single mom, to getting remarried. It's a lot of chaos right there, right? Its president said in a statement that her sudden deletion was yet another clear example that fear and violence has sadly become a commonplace in our nation. May Renee's life be a reminder of what unites us: freedom, love, and peace. Old Dominion University. I don't know what this is like. I don't want to hear what you said, bro. Several state leaders have said that Good was at the scene. This is the part. Here we go. Several state leaders have said that Good was at the scene of an ICE raid in the south of Minneapolis as a legal observer, a volunteer. We already read that. Boom. Good's mother told Minnesota Star she was not a part of anything involving challenging ICE agents, but White House officials, including the President of the United States, has said that Good was not simply observing, but also interfering in the officers' work. My bad. U.S. Homeland Security Kristi Noem said that Good had been stalking and impeding their work all day by blocking them in with her car and shouting at them. Good weaponized her vehicle on phone them told reporters, then tried to run over one of the officers in an attempt to cook his bacon or cause great bodily harm to agents in an act that was egregious. The ICE agents feared for his life, Fonum said, and fired defensive shots. That's not what I saw. The story was backed up by Donald Trump, who wrote on Truth Social, which I don't know what that is, that the woman driving the car was clearly very disorderly and obstructing and resisting. He called her a professional agitator who violently, willfully, and viciously ran over an ICE officer. Sir, Mr. President, respectfully, that's not what happened. I don't think that he even said that. But the city's mayor said that the agent who did that to Good had acted recklessly. Yeah, that's what I saw. Bro said, having seen the video myself, I want to tell everybody directly. This nigga said, that is bullshit. Jacob Fred said, this was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in someone losing their life and losing their body from their soul. Good reportedly lived just a few blocks from where she was taken away, and the scene is about 1 mile away from where George Floyd got dead in by a city police officer, sparking in a worldwide anti-racist protest. Now, I do want to say this. This is going to sound, it is what it is, though. It's my opinion. Well, yeah. R.I.P. to her. I'm not trying to say that she was R.I.P. to her. I'm going to speak on that a little bit later. I'm just so glad that neither one of the parties were African or American. Well, they were both American, but I'm glad that there were no niggas involved in this. I'm so glad, bro, because black people have been through enough as far as with this social media. And something's gonna happen to some niggas tomorrow or the next day to take our eyes off of this case. Just like when that Somalian police officer clapped that white woman in that alley when she tried to hit him with her car, or I think she pulled out a knife or something on him and he shot her ass in the face and he went to prison for like 3 to 5 years. That was I spoke on that. That was in like 2014 or 15 or 16, something like that. But that was also in Minnesota. But I'm just glad that there were no black people involved, because I just don't want to have to see niggas just chimping out on social media and putting on these stupid ass memes. I'm not saying I'm glad that she was white or the officer was white. I'm just saying that I'm glad this is a non-black situation, right? But at the end of the day, R.I.P. to her. I'm sure that she was very talented. I mean, she was very talented to somebody, because she won some awards. She had multiple husbands, and both of her parents spoke good on her. Her dad kind of said some weird stuff, talking about she was beautiful and had a hard life, but she had a beautiful life but a hard life. Like, that's not something I'm gonna put. Like, bro, you're speaking to the media. This is damn near like everything you say can and will be used against you. She had a hard life, so all the people who read this or know about this are gonna be going off her father's word. I would not say anything like that, but at the end of the day, everybody is not put on this earth to articulate their opinion to the media. He just lost his child, bro. He just lost his child. So he was not in his right mind when he said that. I'm sure if you would have gave him a couple days to make a statement, he wouldn't have said that, because I don't think anybody who was in their right mind would have said that, especially if you want your daughter, to get some kind of potential justice, which I think she definitely should. Now, to speak on Renee herself, do I believe this? Like I said, because I do know the nature of people of this shade, this hue, I believe that, yeah, she was supposed to be there as a legal observer. And I do believe that she might have voiced her opinion, but if she was there to do a job and she saw that they were doing some foul stuff, which was not actually spoken on, bro, it's the new year. In Minnesota, it snows a lot, but it's not actually cold like Chicago in a lot of ways. It doesn't have that disrespectful wind. It's not, there's a lot of snow, but I'm thinking people were actually popping out. People were outside, right? And they were they were raiding. It's not something that is a peaceful thing. This is a violent situation. And maybe she was overwhelmed as a mother. Maybe she was overwhelmed as an artist, and she was going through things. This woman is married. She experienced somebody, the father of her children being, taken away from this earth. I don't know in what nature that was, which they definitely should have put that. That would have gave us a little bit more context. But at the end of the day, somebody from the West Coast, which the reason I bring that up is because protesting and having a voice is very big in the West Coast. Everybody thinks they have a fucking opinion. Everybody thinks that they could put their voice out there and it will create change. I live in Los Angeles, California. There are protests a lot. I've only been out here for 5-6 years. I've seen more protests living in just LA more than I've seen in any other city ever in my life, actually, in 5 years. So people think that they can cry and whine and stomp their feet and throw temper tantrums and laws are gonna get changed. That's what happens in LA. They don't try to just, you know what, they don't want to pay me enough, I'll just get a better job, I'll just go back to school, I'll just thug it out and change my inner self and what I know so I don't have to deal with these people. No, they will bully you into making you change the law and pay them better, and that works out here. But nah, baby, the Midwest, no, they don't work like that. It's a little bit more thuggish, ruggish, if you will. So she brought her West Coast flavor to Minneapolis, which has a lot of Chicago transplants, which has a lot of Kansas City and Detroit and Milwaukee. Some of the worst people in the world live in Minneapolis. You know what I'm saying? I have family there. I had family there for 20 plus years. So I know the environment. I've been there multiple times. Right? Everybody from Minneapolis is not of Minneapolis. You get what I'm saying? So the environment and the influence there is not very clean, if you will. You get what I'm saying? Also, they also have Cert 13s and MS 13. It's not like Apple Valley. It's not Sandy Springs. Shout out to Sandy Springs. It's not Hollywood. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she just thought that she could bring her West Coast activities to some Midwest Coast activities. And that just was a horrible mistake. I don't know how long she had been out there, but people, when you move around this beautiful country, you have to understand the law and the culture. And the culture a lot of times trumps the law. Survival trumps all. That's why you need to learn the law and the culture. The thing about this situation is we have it on camera as clear as day. There's no audio, but the mayor wants bro to get smoked. The mayor said this is some bullshit. He used profanity towards the media, allegedly. I don't know if he actually said this. Might be fake news. Now, the president of the United States that you guys voted for, not me, I'm a felon, I can't do all of that. I don't think he watched the video because of the language that was used to describe her character, which I think that she was the total opposite of that. Now, like I said, because I know her people, I'm not saying I know her in particular, I know that white women tend to wild out and they think they can have an opinion about things. They can, But there are also consequences to voicing your opinion. The freedom of speech, you have the freedom of speech, but you're not free from the consequences of your speech. They tried to pull her out her car for a reason. I don't think they should have done that if she was only using her words. They said that she tried to block off and impede on their investigation and their raid. Protest activities, West Coast activities. She shouldn't have done that. I don't know how lawful that is. That she was, what's the word I'm looking for? She was, damn, I got charged with that when I was 19. Basically, she was impeding on their investigation, basically. She was getting in the way. She was not minding her business. And that is the importance. And I'm going to make a video about this, about your potential and about the teachings that your parents give you. The small things that your parents teach you that you look over on a daily basis. That maybe her dad taught her, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know if her parents are still together or were still together. They have the same last name. That doesn't mean much. But the message for today is the first teaching that my mother, that she verbally told me, that I carry to this day, every day. The easiest way to stay out of trouble is to mind your what class? Business. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Because the people that they were deporting or trying to get, they weren't gonna lose their life. They probably would have been in a messed up situation and all of that. But now your children don't have a mother. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't go on. 37? Bro, I'm 34. I couldn't even bro, I've seen a lot, but I haven't lived at all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she lived, she traveled, she got married, she walked down that aisle twice. That's a good thing. She probably went out of town, went camping, you know, ate all kind of stuff that I would never even think to eat. But now she's gone because she didn't mind her goddamn business. She was doing a good thing in her mind, a civil thing in her mind, when she was really just put there to do her job. Get that money for her children. Write some more poetry. Bless us with some more guitar riffs. Make some more TikTok. I know she got a TikTok, because I got a TikTok and I don't even be on there. Follow me on TikTok. I'm going to put the link in the description. But nah, man, this shouldn't have went down like that. I think that officer was totally in the wrong. I think that he should lose his life, not violently by going to prison for the rest of his life. I think that was clearly unlawful. And again, I know I tried to be comical here and there, said some controversial things, but I do want to say R.I.P. rest in peace to Renee, Nicole Good. And y'all gotta roll it up, Ice, because this is ridiculous. Let me send to her. Peace.